Hello, nerds! Thank you for joining me here on Nerd News Clips. This is the second channel. This is the place for all of the short-form content as well as the individual sections and just generally speaking smaller things. If you are into the longer form content, youtube.com/generallynerdy is the place to go see that. With that out of the way, let's get into this. Let's talk TV streaming. We've got some trailers to kick off the section. Our first trailer is for a series that we actually talked about when it was picked up for the American version. Ghosts is the name of the series, and season 2 has been announced, and we now have a trailer, and it looks like it's very interesting how it's diverging from the British version, but also in a lot of ways staying pretty similar to the British version. So very interesting developments as it goes. Episode 1 for the new season is going to be starting on September 29th. So you've got a week. We're going to get to the suggestion in a minute, so hold that thought. Our next trailer in TV streaming comes from the mind of Mike Flanagan. His adaptation of a young adult horror novel called Midnight Club, which might have definitely influenced the existence of Are You Afraid of the Dark? If you go watch the trailer, you'll see what I'm talking about. But the trailer is super interesting because it starts off like total YA, like Hunger Games kind of level of young adult fiction, and then gets really dark by the end of it. So I'm very intrigued by this. You should go check out this trailer and let me know how intrigued it makes you with this series, because this is our first like proper length trailer. Everything else up until now has been just a little teaser. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this one. It will launch on Netflix October 7th. You'll see also in the trailer some of the usual Mike Flanagan actors are going to be present in this as well, though it seems they're going to be taking more tertiary roles because the main and secondary characters are all going to be kids, effectively. So that's what we got for trailers in TV streaming. Let's move over to, this is technically a follow-up, but it was kind of, I was too hyped to really count it as such because it's kind of huge. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is finally coming to television. We talked about this when it was originally announced that they're getting an actual broadcast television release. This is technically a second season with this title. Now, I worded that pretty carefully because there is no word as to whether or not this is going to be building on what they established in the first 6 episodes that they released to their YouTube channel, which if you have yet to watch, what are you doing? You should go watch it. It's gonna melt your mind, so be aware. But yeah, so no word if this is going to acknowledge what has come before it, or if it's going to be its own standalone version of a similar story, or what exactly is going to happen. But there's a couple of little caveats here. It is going to be on the All 4 channel, I believe, in the UK. So if you are a subscriber to this channel, congratulations, you can watch Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared Season 2. The rest of the world, however, no word. No word as to whether or not this is going to be released to streaming services. No word on really much of anything as far outside of the UK. So yeah, thanks a lot, Britain. You suck. No, I'm joking. I'm jealous. That's why I'm joking like that. So yeah, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. It will be airing September 23rd. All 6 episodes, it sounded like from the description, will be launching starting then on the same day. I don't know if there's some sort of digital platform I'm not aware of. Either way, at the very least, the first of 6 episodes will be launching on September 23rd. Again, probably as you're watching this, it is happening. That is what we have there. Let's move over to one that seemed really interesting to me. Hocus Pocus. Yes, that Hocus Pocus, you know, starring Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and such. That Hocus Pocus, the creator of that franchise, David Kershner, has been trying to get a series spin-off from the movies. The series will build on something that we got in the first movie with the graveyard and all of the stuff that happens in the graveyard and under the graveyard, very specifically under the graveyard. He wants this to be a spooky, like supernatural kind of procedural. He kept saying in the interview that he announced this, he kept saying, referring to it as like a Buffy style thing. But I mean, supernatural procedurals are kind of, a lot of them have happened at this point. Supernatural, Buffy, Angel, etc., Charmed, you know, such and so on and so forth. So if Kershner gets his way, this could be a thing going forward, though it sounds like this has not been picked up by anybody. He's just trying to pitch it around, though it's a Disney property, so can't imagine he's pitching it to many other people besides them. But I don't know. If the next Hocus Pocus movie does well, I would imagine they'll probably entertain the idea. If not, then too bad, so sad. Either way, that's what we got for regular ass news in the TV streaming section. So for TV streaming suggestions, I'm going to say Ghosts Season 1, and once you burn through that, go to Ghosts the UK version. I think there's 3, maybe 4 seasons on the UK version. It's worth your time. It's funny, it's supernatural, it falls in line with our Halloween theme that we're doing throughout the month of September and October, so absolutely, I dig this show so much. I kind of prefer the UK version to the US version, though the US version is very fun as well. There's just a lot less episodes for the US version. Either way, go watch Ghosts. UK, US, you pick. Once again, this has been just a brief segment from the larger episode that has been posted over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. Go over there for the long form content, or just subscribe here if you want it in bite-sized chunks. Thank you very much for joining me, nerds. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.